Hey everybody, I wanted to get on real quick and do a hair trim video on trimming curly hair while it is wet with conditioner. So right now I've detangled my hair, and if you need to get some tips on detangling, please go to my YouTube page at Ginger Tresses, look that up, and I have a detangling basics video that will guide you through, and it'll get you right to this point. I also have a comb and my shears, and I'm left-handed, so these are left-handed shears. So what I do before I do my trim is I try to take a measure of where the back of the hair is and where the front of the hair is. Now, keep in mind, this trim is not for evenness. It's not going to give me any particular style. This trim is to just cut off dead ends. Like if you can see this, it's starting to look a little scraggly. So it's time to just get these ends off. I don't expect perfection as far as length is concerned while I'm cutting. And, you know, this is not a trim for style. You know, it's just to dust the dead ends off, make sure that, you know, you're on the symmetry side, that your hair, what you cut on this side is roughly what you're going to cut on this side. So you want it to be roughly symmetrical. You know, I'll do a video in the future on cutting for styles, but that may be limited to cosmetologists only. I'll do other videos for the general public. Oh, my next video is going to be on cutting your hair when it's flat ironed. So I'm going to flat iron this when I get some new products, because I got products coming. I can't wait till they come, and I'll show you those, and then I'll do a trim video on that. All right, so I usually make sure I know where the back of my hair is and where the front of my hair is. So these three are the back right side for me, left side for you, and then these two over here are going to be my back left side, right side for you guys. So these two twists are the ones I need to compare. Let me just move all the other ones out the way. These are the lowest ones. So what I usually do is sort of retwist the bottom a little bit, like that. Then I get to where it's kind of rough, and I use my comb to just kind of comb it out, twist it all the way to the end. And then I'll just take my shear, and you know, I hold them like a cosmetologist holds them. So and then what I do, see, I'm way far away. Okay, and then what I do is you want to cut in the direction of the twist. So my twist is going, for me, clockwise. So I turn it and twist it until it's nice and tight, and you can see the hair is going on a diagonal this way. So I'm going to trim off less than I normally trim, because I know I'm doing another trim for my dry hair. Usually I would cut it maybe up here about an inch, but I'm only going to cut down here about a half an inch. Voila. It's very non-climactic. So, and okay, so here's the other one. Same thing, I just kind of retwist it just to make sure that, you know, I have the hair where I want it, and everything is nice and tight and in a nice bind. I just comb out the ends, and they do have conditioner on. You know, I take note of, all right, see, this twist has one way longer piece and one shorter piece. Now, I'm not going to cut this long piece to match the shorter piece, because that'll give me unevenness. I'm just going to, what I did was I twisted the shorter piece into the longer hair, and then just twist it down to the end. Same thing, just wind it counterclockwise, well, clockwise for me, and then the hair is going this way. So you want to cut in the direction of the hair. Like I said, I'm only cutting a 1/2 inch. And voila. Here, I'll show you guys close up how much I'm actually cutting. So that is the amount. That's it, like one little curl. That's it. That should be a 1/2 inch. Okay, and as you can see, it didn't make a big difference in my length at all, but it just made it nice and smooth on the ends at this part. So those are those two. Now the next two are these two. So you just have to be careful and watch what you're doing. Make sure you have the right twists. Okay, we'll push all the rest of these back, and same thing. Just kind of twist it for tightness so you won't lose grip of your hair. Twist it all the way down. And I have to rinse this also, so I gotta move quickly. Twist it all the way down. Wind it up. Get your shears and cut. That quick, that easy. Same thing, make sure you have the right twist. Twist it down. Same thing on this side, a little unevenness, but don't worry about it. And just cut a little bit off. Check for evenness, looks good. Now I know I have a middle twist here. I know exactly how many twists are in my head. So as well as having these 4 on the side, 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 1 in the back middle of my head. So I have to get that. So let me get this one. Twist it. And these ends are real thin, so I might cut this one a little bit more. Let me just comb this. So this is what I'm talking about. I know in a previous video I talked about there's like an illustration that shows you, you know, you have this thickness, and then at the end it gets really thin. That's what this one is doing. So I'm gonna cut a little more off of this one, but not so much to make it a lot shorter than the rest of my hair. Because like I said, I'm gonna be doing a whole nother trim that I anticipate. So this one, yeah, look how scraggly that end. If I can show you guys. It's real thick here, and then here it just dies. It just loses all its thickness. So I know I'm gonna have to trim this one a little bit more. So we'll just come up here with it. So I took off a little more than the other ones. And you know, that's not gonna even it out at this point, but it'll make it look a little better for right now. And it looks a little better. All right, so I did that. Now we're up in the front area. All right, so I want this one and this one. Boom, these are really long to be front, you know, to be twists in the front. So I might cut a little bit more over here. So you want to twist. Comb. And twist like that. Grab your shears and just cut. All right. Do the other one. Twist it all the way down. This one is combed pretty good. Wind it up. And cut. That's good. Okay. check it for evenness. These are the two that I just did. This one feels a lot longer. Double check, make sure you have the right twists. And look, this one is much long, well, not much longer, but I can take more off of this one. So we'll just do that real quick. And once you get a little more comfortable with trimming your hair like this, you'll definitely be able to feel length differences. So we're going to cut off a little bit more there. That's good. That is good. So if you go like this, you can feel it's a little more even. Okay. All right, where am I? So let's do these front ones here. All right. So twist that a little tighter. And these front ones kind of get thin. That's just how the hair is on my head. This, my temple area, it's not an edges thing. It's just thinner than the rest of my hair. That's just how it is for me. It's normal, so, you know, I don't stress about it. All right, twist that. Shears and 1/2 inch cut. So not that much comes off in the front because it's thinner, but it still gives you a neater look to trim those hairs off. All right, even it out. 1/2 inch should be like where you hold your fingertips. Cut a little bit more off of here. Okay, let's see, where are we? Okay, and that feels even. This one feels a little longer. So we'll give this one a little bit more. Good, that feels good. And you want to make sure that when you put your bands in, that this top part is even too, because if you have this band up here, it's going to misdirect the hair, and you're going to be going like this and thinking it's even, when in fact, if you have the band part in the wrong spot, it will misdirect this part of the hair to be longer, and then this part of the hair underneath to be shorter when you cut it. So the bands have to be, when you're doing the symmetry from this side of the head to this side of the head, make sure your bands are in even spots. See, this one's a little off, but I'm not cutting this for, you know, complete perfection. This is just a quick cut to dust the ends, and I'll be trimming it again when it's flat ironed. All right, 3 more to go. And once you get the hang of it, you can just go through it real quick. 1. And these, because they're in the middle, there's nothing to measure them against. So I just make sure I don't cut off too much in this part. 1, this is the second one. And this used to be a bang, so it's shorter than these, but this and this used to be like a bang area, so it's kind of hard to know what I want to do with it at this point. I think for the video, I'll cut off a little bit more here to make it a little bit, well, I'll cut off a little more, but not to where this one is, because this twist is misdirected this way, and then this one's in the middle, so I have to be careful of that. Alright, so let me cut off a little more, because there's a big difference here. And just be very careful because the conditioner is slippery, and I just make sure I push the conditioner into the ends after I cut it so that, you know, it still stays smooth. That'll smooth out those freshly cut ends. All right, so then I take a final look to make sure nothing is too long, too short, anything glaring hanging out. These should probably be cut, but I'll get this when I cut it flat iron, because this is going to end up being longer than this, I think. But for now, it's okay. Like when it dries, it'll all shrink up and you won't be able to tell. And these are okay. All of this is getting long. These are okay. All right, all done. All right, thank you guys for watching, and I hope this video helped. You know, this just trimming to dust your ends should be really quick. It should not be, you know, anything that takes any more time than this. All right, thank you for watching.